excellent episodes with Bubblegum. Okay. Hi guys, and welcome back to excellent episodes with Bubblegum. I'm your host Bubblegum, and today I will be interviewing Saskia. Hi Saskia.
Hi Bubblegum, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be chatting to you today.
It's a pleasure. Okay, is it fine if I ask you some questions?
Please go ahead, shoot.
What inspired you to choose your career?
So I'm going to be very honest with you, hey. I kind of fell into my career because I was in matric and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had to go to varsity because I had a scholarship or a bursary, and I just did a simple BA, and I really didn't know what I wanted to study. But then at varsity, I became part of the Radio Society, and we were going through the transition into democracy. So there was a lot of activity with student radio stations. And I guess I fell in love with radio and I fell in love with media. And then my career in communications and marketing really began.
Cool. How do you put together your show content as a radio presenter?
So, there's a very old saying in radio that your prep starts the minute you leave the studio. And it only stops when you come back into the studio again. And I think that's because the best radio broadcasters are people who are really observant about life. And they manage to take, like comedians do, ordinary things that most people would not really notice and turn that into something to talk about. That other people would also want to join in the conversation. So I think prep starts first and foremost by noticing what's happening out there with people. So you've got to be super observant. And then you've got to be able to take that and shape it. And again, the best radio broadcasters that I know, they always shape it with enough space to allow other people to be a part of the conversation as well. So yeah, it's prep most of the time.
Nice. Did you have more than one career option?
So I think, especially in this day and age, nowadays young people have all kinds of side hustles going, which is fantastic. I think that's really, really great because you develop skills. And, in this day and age, you've got to be able to be resilient and responsive because things are changing so quickly and so often. For me in my career, I've always been like that. I've always liked a side hustle. So whether it was emceeing or, doing training or PR or styling on shoots, always just anything for me that had creative people around it. I mean, I even did television. That's where, I met some amazing people. So I think it's always good to look at opportunities. My granny always used to say that an opportunity isn't an opportunity unless you actually take advantage of it. So if it just passes you by, then, So every opportunity I think people should look at. So a side hustle is definitely a good thing.
Okay. Tell us about your experience as a weather presenter.
That was a lot of fun. I am very passionate about radio, so I never wanted to give my radio career up for television. Normally, most presenters use radio as a stepping stone to television, but I enjoy radio very, very much. So my television career, I always said, was like a nice hobby. And that was because I think the television career, the part of television that I did that I really enjoyed was live television. So the weather, presenting the weather when ETV was kind of transitioning out of doing just plain graphics into actually having presenter-led weather was an exciting option for me as a radio person because it was live, it was exciting, it was in the news environment. And I think I got those kinds of opportunities because I really believe in the power of your network. So if you're a young media professional, your network really is going to come through for you. So you really need to show up and, make sure that you're showing up as a nice person, because this radio and media industry is so small. So really the relationships that you foster in the beginning of your career are the ones that are going to see you through for those opportunities when they come your way. But TV was fun.
Okay. Is it tough to work in this industry?
Yes, I think it is tough to work in this industry because it is not an industry that's going to show you a career path. So you need to be someone who's very clear about where you want to take your career and how you want to evolve your career. And the best way you can do that is by speaking to as many seasoned professionals as possible and learn from their successes and their challenges and their mistakes. So from that perspective, if you're somebody who really likes a very set career path and you're going to know what you need to do at every hurdle and it's going to be laid out for you, then a career in media is not going to be for you. It's also a career that requires a lot of energy and the ability to work with people and be able to set people at ease and bring the best out in people. So if you're also someone that, you like to work on your own, then I wouldn't say that media is the industry for you. But if you are naturally the kind of person who loves people, you love working on projects, you love other creatives, and you can deal with the energy and the pace of the industry, then I would say it's incredibly rewarding. So for someone like me, who I'm not scared of change, and I'm not scared of reinventing myself. I've had an incredible amount of joy in this industry, and it's given me an incredible amount of blessings.
Oh, I think you've already answered my last question, but I would like to ask it again. What advice would you give to all young people out there who would take into consideration to become a radio presenter?
So I would say that go old school. All of us, when we started, had to kind of volunteer our time to get the skills that we need. Because radio is not something that you can go and study necessarily. It's something that comes through experience. So if you can get yourself into an environment where you are exposed to radio and exposed to seasoned professionals in the radio environment and the presenting environment, and get those essential skills while you're still studying, while you're still figuring out what you want to do with your life. By the time that you're qualified, you'll have enough experience to be able to go and pitch yourself to a commercial station and start earning money from it. So I really would encourage people to not look at volunteer opportunities at community stations with a turned up nose. Like really, in the community radio station space, people are doing some incredible work, and it's an active community, and it's a fantastic place to learn and pull that night shift. So you can get all the skills you need for your professional career.
Thank you so much for tuning in, Saskia, and thank you guys for tuning into my podcast.
Thank you.
I'll see you again.
Thanks, Bubblegum.
Okay, bye. I hope you guys enjoyed my podcast, and if you did, please smash that like button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Excellent episodes of Bubblegum.